Hello there, welcome to UBC News Tonight. My name is Sharon Chundisha. We'll take a look at the top stories of the day. Youthful couples urge them to rush marriage. Bleak Prince Hoima NRC title chase. In netball, Uganda loses to South Africa. Youthful and intending couples have been challenged to take time to study each other before committing to serious marriage relationships. The National Program Director, SOS Children Villages Uganda, Lilian Sengova, says this will reduce on the increasing cases of single mothers. This was during the 5th Annual Mothers Forum held in Entebbe.
Usually they either end or separate their marriages, and some of them basically it was not meant to be. But we know very well that from the research done by UBC, that's the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, there are instances of gender-based violence happening every day. 56% of the women report to have experienced physical violence, and some of them end up leaving their marriages. But it doesn't mean that they don't have children. So they may leave, but they may separate. We have more separated rather than singles, actually.
When two people meet together, they need to give time to each other, learn each other, understand and find out if you can be compatible and if you can live together to start off a family. Starting a family should be something that should come after the two of you have agreed to the different aspects. But today, people are just falling into relationships. We see others who get a disagreement even when they are together, then they rush off to pull away the strength from another spouse, and in the process they end up cohabiting or staying together, and yet they are not officially wedded or married. So in the process, because one is not officially wedded or engaged, they walk away, and yet they've already have the child.
Now, many girls in Kalido district drop out of schools due to unhygienic conditions caused by lack of sanitation facilities, especially toilets at respective schools and personal hygiene necessities. At least 500 pupils are affected annually by this lack of toilets and personal hygiene. Kabumba Peven has a detailed report.
Girls enter into adolescence stage, appropriate bathroom facilities and clean water become essential for their stay at school. At least 30% girls are physically and sexually assaulted while accessing toilets, according to a recent survey in Kaliro district. 70% of the teenage girls in Kaliro experience stigma due to a shortage of toilet facilities at school. Hence, 23% of them drop out. Teron Nakiria, 18, dropped out of school when she was in primary 5 at Balonyo Primary School after her parents failed to provide her with scholastic materials and uniform. And she decided to get a boyfriend who later impregnated her and ended up in early marriage.
Ekyandetera okuva mu ssomero bazadde bange tebalina busobozi busobola kumpeerera ate balina nga tebalina busobozi nenfunayo kakyali asobole okunyambako mu by'okusoma kati ate omulenzi oyo bwe twali nga twagalanye mu mukwano nga tulina we tutuuse n'anfunyisa olubuto olwanfunyisa olubuto n'endropinga okuva mu ssomero.
Sandra Nahera, an old girl at Banyolo Primary School, says there were 113 pupils in Primary 1, but by the time they reached P7, only 25 of them were remaining.
Nahera Sandra, nandi ogyo in Sumero. Nisumera jako P1, 2005. Nimaiza ko P7, 2013. P1. Dajjanga tuli mu big numbers ne bannange twalinga 113 at the end twanagenda omalako nga tulinga ababiri mu bataano.
Banyolo Primary School, Emmanuel Baite, says they have a big enrollment of 1,200 pupils sharing 2 pit latrines, which is a big challenge, especially among girls who need privacy. The chairperson, Kaliro District, Mr. Wycliffe Evander, blames this problem to lack of resources to avail sufficient sanitation facilities.
This government of NRM, under the wise leadership of YKM7 for supporting our schools. As a district, we have a number of issues which are affecting the better service delivery in the education sector. One of them is infrastructure. We request the government at least to help us so that they can increase on SFG funds. Once they increase on SFG funds, we will be able to construct classrooms. But you can't expect a school from P1 up to P7 just having only 2 classrooms. When it rains, that's the end of the business. It is difficult for the teachers even to control the learners because they study under trees. Even under trees they share. You can get 3 classes sharing one mango tree, which is really affecting us. So we are requesting the government at least to come in with the component of construction, with the component of rehabilitating some of the buildings which are so old, which are in dangerous state, so that they can accommodate these learners of ours.
Mr. Evander says as the district political head, they have tried to sensitize the parents and the school management committee and also put up bylaws to ensure there are sufficient facilities to keep children at school.
We have done a number of activities. First of all, is sensitizing parents. We move as a team. I'm happy with DO's office. They are moving sensitizing parents. I'm happy with my secretary for education and health. The Honorable Swagalo Batibanda is always moving around, even chasing these children who are not moving to school. We have sensitized parents. We have arranged so many meetings. We have moved to all corners. We have moved to schools. We have met them in their general parents' meetings to see that at least we can fight this vice which is in our district. At the sub-county level, they have made their bylaws. They arrest them, and the parents have to pay something. We must help them. And they have used the police officers to help them to make sure that these children can be always at the schools.
However, after learning about the situation, Hand to Hand Multipurpose Initiative, an NGO working in the area, donated sanitary pads to girls at Banyolo Primary School, one of the most vulnerable schools in the district, to address the situation. Angela Ani, the public relations officer of the organization, says they donated pads to the beneficiaries to help them during the menstruation periods because many of them could not afford. Yet it is necessary to them.
These girls have reached an age where they have to go through the menstruation, and because of the various tendencies that people have towards girls that are under their menstruation, for example, if a girl comes to class and their clothes is dirty or stained with blood, it's going to cause them to be discriminated and leading to stigma. So this stigma will cause them to drop out of school because they have this fear in them, well, I started my periods, and so they will tend to sit at home and not come back to school just because of those very few days. And because of this, also they don't have sanitary towels. So a girl, if she starts her periods maybe like this month and she doesn't have sanitary towels, and then children are laughing at her at school and the parents are not minding as well as teachers, it's going to force them to just decide to sit at home for the rest of their lives just because of that one day.
This high school dropout rate has affected schools' performance during national exams. the district recorded only 251 candidates in Division 1 in 2018 primary leaving examinations. Bandeva for UBC News. The news.
Uganda Registration Service Bureau is the government's agency that allows worshipping places to perform legal weddings. Any wedding done in an ungazetted area may not be recognized. Now, St. John's Chapel at Mengo Senior School can now conduct weddings after receiving a go-ahead from URSB. Details follow.
Weddings have to be done in gazetted places, normally churches and mosques, to be officially recognized. It is for this reason that Uganda Registration Service Bureau is impressed to gazette and register all marriages so that they are officially recognized. This was the Mengo Senior School's St. John's Chapel had to go through in order to be gazetted to carry out such functions. Victoria Nasimba and Christopher Senengo have gone down the books Mengo Senior School's history as the first couple to be wedded at St. John's Chapel Mengo. The school's chaplain, Reverend Sanchwanu Kamazinga, wedded the couple. Reverend Sanchwanu Kamazinga urged the newly wedded couple to know that marriage is a command from God that must be respected. The head teacher Mengo Senior School, John Fred Kaziwe, says, as the first formal school in Uganda, they have always shown the way for others to emulate.
Thank God for St. John Chapel. God planted it in this place for a purpose. First of all, to preach the good news to the students, and the good news to the workers, and the good news to the community around. We want to thank God that it is a fully fledged chapel which can do all the sacraments in the church, from weddings, baptism, communion, because it is fully registered under the law and in the church. We want to praise God for this.
The mission coordinator Gloria Boa, the head of Lati Joseph Salasamba, and Assistant Chaplain Reverend Kezekia Yom athlete that students will now have.
Recently we had an outreach to Kololo, SS, as SSS, as a team from St. John's Chapel, Mengo Senior School. The gospel was preached and quite a number of them gave their lives to Christ.
St. John's Chapel Mengo Senior School is open to everyone around Bukesa, Mengo, and every part of Uganda because of the services that we offer. We have Thanksgiving, baptism, weddings, Holy Communion. Each and everything that is done in church is done in Mengo Senior School. St. Mighty, that the vision that we had for the Lord is now beginning to take its.
St. John's Chapel Mengo was commissioned earlier this year by the Bishop of Namilembe Diocese, the Right Reverend Wilberforce Chicholuwalira. Story compiled by Nazli Beatrice for UBC News.
He came to Uganda as a job seeker in 1999, only to end up as a prominent entrepreneur currently owning multi-billion businesses in the country. Zong Xuanhua has grown diversified business interests in East Africa, Asia and other parts of the world. With managerial experience in trade and manufacturing enterprises, he takes us through what it means to operate business in Uganda in our Personality of the Week.
To an ordinary person, this sizable room may look abandoned, but it forms part of the multi-billion firm, as seen in this business meeting, chaired by Zong Xuanhua. Welcoming as he is to his clients, so he is to other people as he prays. In taking us through what he does.
Here you see, because for me, I'm the shareholder and the director in this bank. This bank has been in Uganda 25 years, which is ranked top 10 in this country. For me, I'm very happy to be in this bank because now through finance, I can help Ugandan through finance.
One of the pictures here signifies the relationship that Uganda and China enjoy, as seen in the presence of the two countries.
I wish long live of the good relationship of Uganda and China. This is what I can see.
Born in 1976, Zong Shuangqua holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Management from the Sichuan University of China. He came to Uganda in 1999 as a job seeker, which saw him end up a shop attendant, earning $300 per month.
By that time, I have to spend the $300 for surviving, for whatever, for my life. But what I got is the experience, not the physical money.
So, how and why did someone who came as a job seeker end up staying and operating in Uganda? Here is the answer.
The people are very friendly, they are very hardworking, and also for the government is very efficiency compared to the laboring country and also other African country. And also we took the imbalance of the information between China and Uganda, so we started our business. When we started our business, now our business growing with this country. So we love this country now.
He has grown to develop business with diversified interests in East Africa, Asia, and other parts of the world. He has specialized in manufacturing household plastics, large-scale rice farming, as well as import trade in household goods and road transport. The latter has seen play a significant role in the development of various infrastructures in Uganda.
When they needed some equipment, I supplied them. So through my good service and my good products, they realize they need to partnership with a reliable man, businessman. So that's why they partner with my company. So we supplied them cement, fuel, steel, and fly ash, whatever. So end of the day, we are partnership with them. Then after that, so many companies, especially the road construction company, they realize that a good partner, a reliable partner, is very important.
This has not been without challenges, which he has expeditiously and successfully dealt with.
For particular case, I always get solution from the government. I'm okay with government, especially my rice farm. So we had a lot of problem because the challenge from NGO, they don't understand how to farming, how the important the scheme for this country. They only attacking us, says, oh, whatever we are doing is wrong. But for Ugandan, the government, the people, they love it because now this is somehow to help them to open their eyes.
At 43 years of age, Zong has spent nearly half of his life in Uganda, having jetted in the country in 1999. With managerial experience in trade and manufacturing enterprises spanning over several years, he has a word for Ugandan youth.
Uganda can be fed up by ourselves, sustained by ourselves, developed by ourselves, not only depend on the donation. We don't need to bend ourselves to begging. We can do it. That's why 20 years of my example from zero to my business empire in Uganda. So I think that is already approved. In Uganda, the government is good, the investment environment is good.
With no secretary or personal assistant, Zong spends his free time reading and playing piano. Being a family man with a wife and a daughter, balancing family and work is one thing he gives priority, describing it as social responsibility. Henry Okorut, UBC.
Does heartburn stop you from eating the things you love? Eating too fast, alcohol or spicy food can trigger acidity, heartburn, indigestion or flatulence. Your best bet is Betacool. Betacool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn and indigestion. Trust Betacool. Enjoy life. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice. Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998. With a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda, we created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
The two-day symposium will look at the latest intellectual property rights within the Internet of Things, uncovering the impact it has on innovation and development. Discussants will cover areas in pharmaceutical, big data, telecoms, ISPs, banking and insurance, government, energy and automotive. The main purpose of the conference is to examine the best ways in which to use knowledge and innovation to boost youth employment and foster the adoption of new technologies under the theme Innovation and the Internet of Things. Book now online at www.symposium.iptech.com. Registration for local delegates is $150 and $200 for international delegates. Happening on Thursday 24th to Friday 25th October 2019 at Speak Resort and Conference Center, Kampala. For further inquiries, contact Juliet on 0712 139 916.
Daddy, what's wrong?
I've had a long day, Angel, and I have a bad headache.
Oh, I'll give you something that will make you feel better if you promise to play with us.
Headache? Toothache. Unapoumwa, unataka kitulizo kwa haraka gani? Mara moja. Pain and Fever Reliever. A quality product from Beta Healthcare contains paracetamol, caffeine and aspirin. Beta Healthcare. Caring for all. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Music, dance and drama provide therapy meant to soothe the soul, which brings healing to the soul and mind. The sweet melodies by throbbing drums were always used as a communication procedure in the African tradition. Our reporter Helen Gizamba brings the details of the Arts and Culture Gala and Bukema University, where students showcase their cultures from different parts of the African continent under the theme Cultural Integration for Peace and Unity.
The day started with an exhibition of different dishes from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Southern Sudan, and host Uganda.
Cut it as something that can bring together, people, because basically, from where I come from, I feel like when people come together, at least unity is brought in, and people feel the sense of togetherness.
I'm very proud to have my culture here and represent my country. I'm also very humble that I'm being remembered.
South Sudan, that is endowed with 64 tribes with thousands of cultural dances, including Acholi, Dinka and Kuku dances, were performed to the amusement of the revelers. Ladies
Voices Protocol.
The rhythm and the continuity of the message portrayed adversive style performance commonly known as the call. Students from Burundi showcased royal drums, a performance indicative of how the Burundi treasure their culture and king. South African culture is one of the most diverse, with 11 official languages, with each of these groups brings its own vibrancy. The South African dance is unique due to its vitality and energy. The traditional performance is reportedly inspired by marital rituals. Danto, one of the most popular Somali dances, is played nearly at every Somali festival, like the culture galas. The Tanzanian women performed the Mwanandege dance. The Kenyans performed the Luo dance. Ugandans were represented by the Buganda culture dance, while Rwandese performed a highly choreographed routine consisting of the ballet performance of women and heroes dance by men. Professor Patrick Manu, Vice-Chancellor of Bugema University, said, celebrating the African culture reminds us of our true heritage.
The cultural aspect of man is very important because without culture there is no education. Okay. And so when we train the students here, it should be a holistic kind of a thing. And I think culture is one of them. And so if you manage culture, you will manage actual education because education stems from culture.
We have identified a challenge within the university, and that challenge is division among the students from the different countries that are represented here. In that quest, throughout our campaigns, we promise the students that we will be in position to revamp Culture Festival. This Culture Festival is intended to unite the student body together.
In the first and second place, South Sudan and Burundi locked horns at 44%. South African third, Rwanda in fourth, with Uganda in fifth position, all squared at 42%. Tanzania and Somalia went toe-to-toe at 38%, with Kenya respectively at 35%. For UBC, Helen Barbara, Gizamba.
This weekend on UBC.
My name is Kayo Hannington, winner of the NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 2. I used my winnings to boost my agriculture production and give a chance to the people in my community to work.
So join us this year for the third season of the NSSF Friends with Benefits, as 16 Ugandans share inspirational stories on how they use their NSSF benefits to do life-changing things. So tune in every Sunday with your host, Gaetano, and I, and special new host, Uncle Dean. It's another incredible display. It's the NSSF Friends with Benefits.
And that's not all. You have the power to vote for your favorite stories to win up to 55 million shillings, just like Huntington. This show is brought to you by
NSSF, a better life.
Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab says he's confident the UK will leave the EU on the 31st of October. The government says it will push ahead with efforts to pass its Brexit deal despite a major setback to its plans. Boris Johnson had to ask the EU for an extension to the UK's 31st October exit date on Saturday. But Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said he was confident enough MPs would back the deal next week and Brexit would still happen by the deadline. Number 10 says the PM sent Parliament later but sees no reason for a delay. That letter to Brussels came from Mr. Johnson but was unsigned. It was accompanied by a second letter which was signed saying he believed the deal would be a mistake. The government has vowed to press ahead with the legislation, the Withdrawal Agreement Bill, WAP, to implement the Brexit deal next week. Yasin Nasser has maintained his leadership atop the National Rally Championship after an immaculate outing during the Hoima Kabalega Rally. Yasin finished 4th in the rally, won by Afib Leak with Omar Mayanji 2nd and surprise package Dr. Ashraf in 3rd. This position gave Yasin Nasser 60 points and thus 415 now on the rally in the National Rally Championship standings, while Afib Leak's 100 from Hoima takes him to 385 ahead of the final round next month in Bali. The 303-kilometer event, 173 of which were competitive, was so challenging to drivers that exited it before and due to many factors. Notable names that fell as early as day one were Christakis Fitidis, Ponciano Lakataka, Ambrose Bionas, Sam Watendwa, Rolf and Timothy Gawaya. These were followed by Duncan Muviruch, Kankane and Ronald Senguze among others on a grueling and rain-hit day 2 that took drivers through sections like Chentale, Chikwata Migo, Musaja Mkulu, Bugambeti, Worldwide Movers and Chitoba.
As a driver or as a fan, what's your opinion about the people of Hoima region in terms of rally and what should be done right now to benefit from it?
The hospitality is absolutely 100%. The organization, 100%. Safety-wise, we haven't had any issues. The only thing I would request our organizers next time is to make the sections closer to each other so that we don't have fans driving more than 20 kilometers to go and watch the rally cars. When they are closer to each other, you minimize the safety issues, you don't need a lot of personnel to manage, and the rest is about happiness and enjoying.
Your message to your fans?
To my fans, hard luck. Hoima has always been our good hunting ground, but it's unfortunate that we are out on day one. But it's not a fatality, it was just a mechanical issue which we couldn't handle in the section. But the car is okay, I'm okay. Let's prepare for the next event.
Well, congratulations to Afib Leak for winning that one. Uganda has lost its first game at the ongoing African Netball Championship. The She Cranes lost to hot South Africa with a difference of 3 points. The full competitive game that ended 50-47 puts Uganda in a tricky position of retaining the trophy. And earlier on, Uganda defeated Lesotho 98-24 in a one-sided game. Uganda now waits to face Kenya on Tuesday, while South Africa, who tops the group, plays Zambia. Despite games ongoing, the tournament has already received severe setbacks, including Botswana and Namibia pulling out and opting to play at a tournament in Singapore. At the 11th hour, Tanzania also withdrew, forcing changes in the playing format from groups to a round-robin system. Also, spectators failing to show up for the games even when the home team is playing.
Our morale is still up high at Quencha Heights because according to the team we brought, the way they are calling it way back home, it won't perform, it won't, very people talk much about it. But it has been a great exposure to these young girls and the talent because they have got talent and they have exposed it.
It needs us to improve on our mistakes. The mistakes which we have done, we have to correct them so that the next game, so that we can correct it and perform.
The National Water Polo League season has witnessed the latest round of action at British School in Muyenga. 4 clubs contested the round that was bossed by reigning champions Altona Swim Club. Details further.
Altona Swim Club has remained on course to retain its title following impressive displays during the penultimate round of the National Water Polo League. In the action at British School Kampala, Altona defeated Buddo 9-3 to secure top position and will in the final round place Seita for the gold medal. In the bronze medal match, Buddo will play Makerere University in the games are scheduled for next month.
I'm so proud that I've seen a lot of improvement. We had Team Seita last time
losing against Team Beautiful. And today we're having Seta taking on Macquarie University 8-6. Now it shows you they have played a different team and they have scored the same goals they hit them last time. They are really showing that they've been working out hard and they're improving. Now that motivates us as a federation that we should keep pushing this sport, that people are getting interested, swimmers are getting interested, and also the whole crowd people are starting to get an interest. So all the teams have improved when you look at the way they play technically compared to the previous time they played.
But despite passion and enthusiasm aplenty during the latest outing of the Water Polo League, challenges that are slowing progress still exist.
When you train in water polo, there are drills you're meant to do in the shallow end, drills you're meant to do in the deep end, but the game is meant to be in the deep end, which is a big challenge. But we're hoping as we move on ahead, shortly we shall be able to get a bigger space where, for example, next the last league on 30th November shall be played at James Cambridge, and James has a slightly bigger pool, which will be a very good advantage to us. But that doesn't stop us from playing here.
The best players from this second edition will form the core to represent Uganda at the Zone 3 Africa Championships due in Egypt next year. Water polo is hardly 2 years in Uganda but has already unearthed talent with names like Rachel Galinda, Amos Baka, Tom Tamale, Chuden Ojongole and Daniel Kayemba coming to mind. John Barnes, Central reporting.
That's all we had for you at 10 p.m. Let's take a final look at our top stories of the day. Youthful couples urged not to rush marriage. Bleak wins Hoima NRC title chase. In more news, in netball, Uganda loses to South Africa. Thank you so much for watching UBC News tonight at 10 p.m. with me, Sharon Chomdishe from the team, and I have a lovely night and a great week ahead of you.